Nancy Pelosi has gone completely nuts. The aging House Minority Leader is leading the Democrats over the cliff with her irrational behavior and rhetoric. We've seen Pelosi have brain fades and senior moments, but she is now so unhinged, she's calling for rioting across the country. It all started when President Donald Trump shocked her with a real nasty surprise. You'll love this. Nancy Pelosi left President Donald Trump right. Photo credits, Tom Williams, CQ Roll Call Group, Getty Images, Mark Wilson, Getty Images News, Getty Images. There's nothing like watching Nancy Pelosi conjure her inner actress and portray fake rage over a non-issue. But, hey, if you're the House Minority Leader of the losing Democratic Party facing President Donald Trump's common sense, that's all you can do. The new issue the Democrats are displaying mock outrage over is illegal children at the border being ripped apart from their parents. The leftists really do one thing right: messaging. So, the Democrats, along with their partners in the mainstream media, are all on the same page, showing the same rage. They have been screaming and shouting at White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders and President Donald Trump for 48 hours about the horrendous policy of making illegal alien children orphans at the border. The truth is, nothing has changed on the border as far as policy goes. Sure, Trump has supported the border patrol agents and encourages them to enforce the law, but there are no new laws on immigration since Trump took office, thanks to the Democrats refusing to work with Trump. But the Democrats are desperate. A shocking report came out from liberal sources cited by CNN's Fareed Zakaria, triggering the snowflakes. The recent study proved the Democratic Party is at its weakest point in 100 years, thanks to Barack Obama. Zakaria said, when you tally up their representation in Congress, state legislatures, and governorships, the Democrats almost have their lowest representation in about 100 years, and he went on to warn, it's not getting any better in the near future. Now, you can see why Pelosi is unhinged. President Trump further set her off after he said he would not sign the horrendous immigration bill currently in the House because it did not fund the wall. Well, that's a no-brainer. If Democrats are so worried about the poor orphans at the border, maybe they should fund the wall. Oh, but no, that makes too much sense. Why not call for riots? The Washington Times reports, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi told reporters on Thursday that she is confused why Americans aren't uprising against the Trump administration over conditions on the border with Mexico. I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be when people realize that this is a policy that they defend, she said. It's a horrible thing, and I don't see any prospect for legislation here. Nancy Pelosi's extreme rhetoric, I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. pic.twitter.com/VN1RQMJCVC, Ryan Saavedra, United States, at Real Saavedra, June 14, 2018. Wow. Don't you just love the selective moral outrage coming from a woman and her party, who are perfectly fine murdering over 600,000 Americans in the womb every year? Oh, but the poor children at the border. Yeah, Pelosi and her Democratic Party are the biggest hypocrites, yet guess who she just labeled as hypocritical? If you guessed Trump supporting Christians, you are correct. Yep, Pelosi actually had the gall to call Christians who support the president's immigration stance hypocrites. She said, people of faith, but it's clear who she meant since she referenced the Bible. The very hypocrisy of the Attorney General to quote the Bible. The hypocrisy of all people of faith in our country not to clamor for what the administration is doing to end, whether it's to deprive the dreamers of the respect they deserve or whether it's taking babies away from their mothers and fathers. Pelosi said. Well, Mexican-American Ana Paulina responded to Pelosi from the sanctuary state of California, saying, "You know what really pisses me off as a Latina veteran and as a woman? Elected officials like Nancy Pelosi rallying for the minority vote, constantly showing and taking pictures with Mexicans, saying, I support people south of the border, yet, they sit there and they then make the most ignorant and unthought-out statements, for example supporting of illegal MS-13 gang members to keep them in California. Well, I'm sorry, Nancy Pelosi, you don't give a sh*t about Mexicans, @_Ana Paulina _slams at Nancy Pelosi. Nancy, she is Latina veteran and Native American medical student and she has a message for you. Nancy, you don't care about Hispanics. pic.twitter.com/FK2ZDLY9A. Ryan Fournier, Ryan of Fournier, June 15, 2018. People are wising up, even in California. You know it's a liberal talking point when you see the leftist press corps go off on Sarah Sanders, screaming she's a bad parent and has no empathy, because she doesn't buy into their rhetoric on the illegal kids at the border. If there are horrendous injustices going on at the border, then all Nancy Pelosi has to do as minority leader is fund the wall, and Trump will sign the immigration bill. But, since the left couldn't find the horrendous injustices at the border, after they tried but failed, they resorted to posting fake reports of kids in cages. One was a kid at a protest in a staged photo, the other picture was from the Obama administration. Both photos were recycled. Is happening now as Pelosi and the Democrats cry like babies over something they have total control of. It's the California Congresswoman making her last stand, knowing Trump won't ever budge in signing anything on immigration without funding the wall, as Americans are wising up to Pelosi and her Democratic game playing. Facebook has greatly reduced the distribution of our stories in our readers' news feeds and is instead promoting mainstream media sources. When you share on social media, however, you greatly help distribute our content. Please take a moment and consider sharing this article with your friends and family. Thank you.